Hello students, welcome to Physics Platter. Most of the motion problems can be solved both by numerical methods, that means by using the equations of motion, and by the graphical methods using the graphical tactics. Alright. So today we will talk about one example in the motion, one problem in the motion that can be solved both numerically and graphically, and we will solve both numerically and graphically, and we will see whichever way is better. You may find the numerical methods better for some problems, otherwise whereas in some problems the graphical methods can be much more useful and may take some much less time. Alright, so let's begin. The problem is, starting from rest, a particle accelerates for 10 seconds and then moves with constant velocity v for next 20 seconds. Finally, it comes to rest after decelerating for 10 meters. If the total displacement of the particle is 100 meters, then find v. Alright, so we have to find the velocity, the constant velocity with which the particle moved for 20 seconds in between. So the problem may look like, if the particle started from A, for first 10 seconds it accelerated, and then let us say this is B, and then for next 20 seconds it moved with constant velocity v. That's what we have to find. And then for the last 10 meters it decelerated and then came to rest. A, B, C, let us say D. D is the final position where the particle is at rest again. Alright, and in this course it is given that the total displacement of the particle equals to 100 meters. AD is 100 meters. We have to find V. Alright. Okay, the particle started from, so first we will solve numerically. We will solve this problem numerically. That means we use the equations of the motion. So we will use V equals to U plus AT plus minus actually, or V square equals to U square plus minus 2AS, or S equals to UT plus minus half AT square, plus for acceleration minus for deceleration. Okay, so the particle started from rest. That means for AB we have to find A, and then total displacement S equals to 100 meters. That is my total displacement S here. That means if we divide this problem into three parts, A to B, B to C and C to D, if we consider that A to B the displacement is AB equals to S1 and displacement for BD equals to, let us say, S2, and CD equals to S3, which is given as 10 meters, and then finally we know that S equals to total displacement equals to S1 plus S2 plus S3. So we have to apply this formula. Okay, for that we have to find separately the values of S1, S2 and S3. For the first part, AB, the acceleration was A, let us say small a, and we don't know this value, so we can find the value of A first, which is V minus U by T. Final velocity is V because from B it started moving with constant velocity v. That means the final velocity is v, initial velocity was 0, and the time is 10 seconds. That means A equals to v by 10, where v is unknown. That's what we have to find. Alright, therefore my displacement for AB equals to S equals to UT plus half A T square. That's what we will apply. Now U is 0. That means UT becomes 0, equals to half AT square. Half into A is what? V by 10. T square is 10 square, equals to 10, 10 gone, and 2, this becomes 5. Therefore 5 V. S1 equals to 5 V meters. Alright. Now we will find S2. S2. For this part BC, S2, the particle moved with a constant velocity v. That means here we will simply apply v into t. S2 equals to v into t, because the particle was moving with constant velocity v, which is equals to v into time is 20 seconds. Therefore this becomes 20 v, and S3 is given as 10 meters. Now if we add these things, therefore S1 plus S2 plus S3 equals to S, right? S1 is what? S1 is 5V plus S2 is 20V plus S3 is 10 equals to S is given as 100. Therefore 25V equals to 100 minus 10 equals to 90. Therefore V becomes 90 divided by 25 equals to 375 15 6 meter per second. So that's the velocity, constant velocity with which the particle moved, equals to V. So that's our answer, and that's how we solved numerically. All right. Okay. Now we will solve the same problem graphically. How it looks in graphical method. Graphically, we will use, of course, there is velocity and time, therefore we will use velocity time graph. Okay. So let's draw the graph first. Here I will draw the graph. Okay. So here it's time, this is velocity, let's say. From point 0 initial position, the particle started from rest and then it's accelerated. So in Vt, the constant acceleration looks like this, is straight line making an angle with the t axis, right? And it accelerated for 10 seconds. Let me make it bigger. Okay, so it accelerated for 10 seconds. That means this distance, let's say OA, is 10 seconds. All right. After that, after 10 seconds, it started moving with a constant velocity and it moved for next 20 seconds. That means this is 20. A, let's say this is B. That means this is 20 seconds. 20 seconds. So for the next 20 seconds, the particle moved with constant velocity V. So that means this is V. Okay. This height is V, and then for the next 10 meters the particle finally decelerated and came to rest. All right. Now we know that in velocity time graph, the area covered by the graph represents the displacement. That means for the final time, this area is 10 meter, right? So it is given that the total area of this graph, let's say O, A, B, C, D, E. That means O, A, B, C, D, E, or O, C, D, E, O. This trapezium, the total area is S equals to 100 meters given. This is the S1, this is S2, and this is S3. All right. S1, we have to, we know again S equals to S1 plus S2 plus S3. That means the total area of this trapezium is equal to the sum of the area of this triangle plus the area of this rectangle plus the area of this final triangle. All right. Okay. That means we will simply find S1, S equals to S1 is this area, which is the area of this triangle. That means half into base is 10 here, into height is V here, plus S2 is what? S2 is area of this rectangle. That means length into breadth, length is 20, breadth is V. Okay, plus the final area of the final triangle, which is again the area of the triangle is half into base into height. Half into base is what? BC, into height is BD, which is V, but we don't have to write it here because we already know the final value here, which is 10 meters, which is 10 meters. All right. So this is my formula, equals to S is given as what? 100. You can write here 100. So this is the formula. Now you can see, if you once you draw the graph, you can simply write the equation directly from the graph in one step, whereas in this case you had to find S1, S2, S3 and finally this was your equation. So this is the equation we found numerically, whereas in graphical method we have found that equation in just one step. You have to draw this graph or you have to imagine this graph. If you are good in solving problems graphically, you can already imagine this. You can visualize this graph and you can write this formula directly. Alright, so in this problem the graphical method will save so much of your time. Alright, so that means here it becomes 5. So 5v plus 20v plus 10, or rather I will just take write the 10 to the right side. 5v plus 20v equals to 90, which gives 25v equals to 90, that gives v equals to 90 by 25 equals to 3.6 meter per second, which is 3.6, of course 3.6 meters per second, which is the same as we have found numerically. Alright, so here you can see that in this particular problem the graphical method was much easier and faster once you know this graph or you can visualize this graph. So in this example we have shown that you can solve motion problems both numerically and graphically, most of the motion problems actually, and whichever way you find better you can solve it. Alright, so that's all for today's lecture. We'll see you in the next video. Till then, take care.